Volunteers have begun arriving in the Spanish town of Pamplona to help clear up mud and debris after this week's catastrophic flooding. With at least 60 of the 214 confirmed deaths reported in Pamplona, local media is calling the town ground zero of the floods. As police and emergency workers continue the grim search for bodies, authorities appear overwhelmed by the enormity of the disaster. Survivors are relying on the goodwill of volunteers who have rushed in to fill the void, with some even flying in from abroad. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez visited the headquarters of the Military Emergencies Unit near Madrid. He saw firsthand the work the UME has been carrying out since last Tuesday, which focuses mainly on search and rescue operations. Earlier on Saturday, Sanchez said an additional 10,000 troops will be deployed to the hardest-hit eastern province of Valencia. Israeli naval forces have captured a senior Hezbollah operative in northern Lebanon. An Israeli military official said that IDF commandos captured a senior operative of Hezbollah and took him back to Israel for investigation by military intelligence. The media outlet Axios cited Israeli sources as saying the captured man is called Imad Amhaz and is allegedly responsible for Hezbollah's naval operations. Lebanon's caretaker Prime Minister Najib Mikati called on his foreign minister to file a complaint against Israel at the UN Security Council. Hezbollah and Israel have traded almost daily fire since the war in Gaza began in October last year. The year-long cross-border fighting, which has displaced tens of thousands on both sides of the border, erupted into full-blown war on the 1st of October when Israeli forces launched a ground invasion of southern Lebanon. 15,000 IDF soldiers are said to be based in the country. Polls have opened in Moldova, with voters choosing who will head the country in the second-round presidential election. During the first round of voting on the 20th of October, incumbent Maia Sandu led with 42% of the vote, but failed to win an outright majority, while Russia-friendly Alexander Stoyanoglu took 26%. The former Soviet republic aspires to join the European Union, but is caught in a constant geopolitical tug-of-war between Moscow and the West. In an October referendum, joining the EU passed by a razor-thin majority of 50.3%, bolstered in the final hours of counting by the overseas vote. However, that result was overshadowed by allegations of a Moscow-backed vote-buying scheme. Moldova is one of Europe's poorest countries, therefore watchdogs believe that some citizens could be influenced by electoral corruption for small sums of money. Democrat Kamala Harris and Republican Donald Trump have held their final weekend campaign rallies in the swing state of North Carolina ahead of Tuesday's presidential election. Trump pledged to bring back the American dream and claimed that suburban Americans are under attack by criminals. He vowed to deport millions of immigrants if he's elected and warned that if Harris wins, every town in America would be turned into a squalid, dangerous refugee camp. Harris, meanwhile, has urged her supporters to vote early so she can be elected and provide the new generation of leadership. She also pledged affordable housing and health care and promised to protect women's reproductive rights. Pollster 538 predicts a very tight race, with Harris currently polling at 48% and Trump at just under 47%.
An Iranian woman was arrested after she stripped partially naked on a university campus in Iran. A video circulating online has attracted a lot of attention, with many praising the student for her courage, but many also fearing for her safety. Amnesty Iran said the woman removed her clothes to protest against the university's strict dress code law. The organization called for her immediate and unconditional release and demanded she must be granted access to her family and a lawyer. The university's public relations director denied that there had been a physical clash and claimed the woman suffers from a psychological disorder.